we could talk about this also in the context of Star Trek Continues. Did you see any Star Trek Continues?
No.
To me, Star Trek Continues is one of the greatest achievements in science fiction, science that has been done, because Vic Mignogna created he wanted to complete the voyage of the original series Enterprise. He wanted to complete that voyage, and so he recreated the 1968 set of the original Starship Enterprise.
Oh, wow.
They rebuilt the set basically to the inch of the original Enterprise set.
That's pretty cool.
Cast it, wrote the show, cast it, created all of the props, recreated all of the costumes. He was like fanatical on the recreation of it. He was even talking about having custom fabric woven for the beds in sick bay, because he could not find exactly what fabric it was that the sick bay, and so he actually had it custom woven.
Yeah, they were textured.
And they were shiny. He said, I had some that were not, there was like a sparkle to them. He didn't have them. So that's down in Kingsland, Georgia, and I got to go down there and see that, to see that set, because that set still exists and you can do fan films down there.
Oh, cool.
And Vic was down there, and it was amazing. And it was amazing. I've got video that I need to edit and put here on YouTube. I put some of the shorts that are up because I was shooting those as I was down there.
Wow.
But also, why I consider it one of the great achievements is because it's a labor of love that recreated something from 1968, because he loved it, and he did it because he wanted to play Captain Kirk. So he played Captain Kirk,
of course.
So that allowed him to play Captain Kirk, and it showed you what you can do if you care enough about that property.
Wow.
And care enough about any kind of property, what you can do. And he made sure as well that the end of that goes right into Star Trek 1.
Oh, really?
So he wanted to be sure that all of that the end of that.
Dude, that's awesome.
He set it up so that, like, the last scene of the Enterprise in Star Trek Continues, which is on YouTube. Stable Phoenix, actually, we'll have to go through some comments, but Stable Phoenix says, wow, I need to find the Star Trek Continues. That's incredible. It's here on YouTube. Yeah, it is here on YouTube. And you can also get DVDs and stuff like that. But the Enterprise has been beaten up and torn up in battle and all of that. And it's the final scene of that is it flying or sailing into that structure for a refit.
Oh yeah, yep, I know what you mean. The dock, the bay,
the dock right here. So they're beat up, they're torn up after their final episode and the fight they've been trying to have to save the galaxy, and then they pull right into the dock for a refit.
Wow.
And they've actually the uniforms that they're wearing, the pajamas, they call them from Star Trek, from the motion picture.
Yeah.
Later in the episodes, when they're like on screen with an admiral back on Earth or something, he starts to change out the people who are like not, on a spaceship on out there, into the uniforms, like they're already being distributed on Earth.
Wow.
And like they even make a comment like, you're not going to see me wearing one of those or something like that. Like, what was he wearing or something like that? And then at the very end, when they're putting calling off the show, Vic recreated that Admiralty uniform. So he does step off in Captain Kirk's Admiral's uniform from the motion picture.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm definitely going to watch this.
It is amazing. It's amazing. They got John Doohan.
James
Doohan. His son plays Scotty.
No way.
His son plays Scotty. They brought back the guy who played, or the Apollo character. Remember Apollo from the original Star Trek? There was one where they had the Greek gods. Well, like the guy who played Apollo came back to replay Apollo.
Oh my God.
John Delancey is in it as well. So I mean, it was incredible. But anyway,
so that goes well beyond just fiction. Then I mean, they strung something together for real.
Oh right. Yeah, no, it's basically the rest of the season of the original Star Trek done as replicating it as much as they can possibly do.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
It shows you. To me, it shows you when we have to deal with a bunch of perhaps not having our properties and our franchises dealt with the level of respect and care that we would like them to.
Yeah.
That, it can be done when you have somebody who really, really cares.
Of course it can be done. It's a matter of being competent as a storyteller, and a fan sometimes will pick up some of the nuances on like what to bridge a gap with. Like you said, the uniforms. I think that's hysterical and awesome. But even like Star Trek 2, Harv Bennett had no clue about Star Trek, watched all the episodes, and brought himself up to speed. But he was a great storyteller, and he gave us Star Trek 2 and 3. You know, so like you just have to care about the story you're telling and care about the people you're writing about. Fans are in a unique position to do that. But I mean, yeah, you have to be a skilled storyteller. I feel like some of the movies today, I don't know who's in charge, but they're pretty far off the track. They're like off brand. They're almost antithetical to some of the original source material.